Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to talk about the 25th flower of the Kurinji pattern, which is the vagulum. Its botanical name is Mimusops elengi and it's commonly known as Spanish cherry in English. It's also known as Marjoram in Tamil. Overview. Actually, the 25th flower in Kurinji pattern is written as vagulum, but nobody has yet identified vagulum as an existing flower today. The below lines are the lines written in the Kurinji pattern. Pasumbidi vagalam pallinar kaya. These are the lines written by Kabbalar in the Kurinji pattern. Many botanists say that Marjoram is a similar flower with similar properties as vagulum. Both Marjoram and vagulum have the same botanical name, yet they are from different plant families. Now here's a comparison of the properties of Marjoram and vagulum. Now on the right you can see the botanical name of both these flowers is the same and the common name is also same, but the plant family differs. Marjoram is from the Sapotake family and vagulum is from the Euphorbiaceae family. So botanists have come to the conclusion that since Marjoram is not mentioned anywhere else in the Kurinji pattern, many botanists argue that Marjoram is the modern name for vagulum, which is mentioned as the 25th flower in the Kurinji pattern written by Kabbalar. All the botanical properties are similar other than the family they belong to. A few ancient Tamil literary works also prove that vagulum is similar to Marjoram. I will tell about those literary works later in this video. Now let's look at a brief description of Marjoram, which is also known as Spanish cherry. Spanish cherry is a lovely green small tree of the Indian subcontinent. It occurs in maritime habitats along the coast, coastal vine thickets, lowland inland rainforest and in rocky localities from sea level to 600-meter elevation. It thrives in places with high humidity, seasonal rainfall and seasonal dry periods. It tolerates brief periods of waterlogging but requires fertile soil to grow. The plant distribution is the flower is native to peninsular India. It's found wild throughout South India. It is also found in Burma and the islands of Andaman and Nicobar. The below chart shows the plant distribution around the Asian subcontinent. Now, the bark. The bark is red on the inside, whereas the reddish-grey bark, which is hardy, makes for the outer part. The leaves are shiny, thick, narrow, pointed leaves contain sterols, reducing sugars and tannins. Oval leaves wavy at margin about 5 to 16 cm and 3 to 7 cm wide. The spreading roots are strong and have many medicinal properties. The flowers grow in bunches and are fragrant. They are white in color and with a yellow tinge. The fragrance can be retained for years if the flowers are sun-dried and preserved well. Flowers are small, star-shaped, yellowish-white in color with a crown rising from the center. Wide, fragrant pedicel deflexed. The calyx is hairy, segments 8, the outer 4, ovate lanceolate, the 4 inner narrower than outer. The corolla is longer than the calyx, lobes 24 in 2 series, the inner series of 8, the outer series of 16, linear oblong and acute. The stamens are 8, filaments short, anthers slightly twisted, staminodes 8, alternate with the stamens, lanceolate, hairs white. The ovary is hairy, 6 to 8 celled and the style is grooved. These are pictures of the Marjoram flower. The fruits of the trees are oval-shaped and green in color when raw. The fruits turn yellow on ripening. The ripened fruits are shiny and become grayish-brown. They would have usually 1 or 2 seeds and are caustic in nature. The flowers bloom in April, whereas the fruits develop in June. The thick canopy of fresh leaves provides good shade during the months from March to July. Now let's talk about the literary works when Marjoram and vagulum are written in the literary works. So the first line is the line from the Kurinji pattern. Pasumbidi vagalam pallinar kaya. It's the 70th line in the Kurinji pattern. The wonderful smell of the flower captures the mind of all, says Kabbalar. In this line from the Kurinji pattern, the word vagalam is used instead of the flower Marjoram. This above information was confirmed by the famous 14th century scholar Nachinar Kiniyar. and this is a continuation. The above lines are from the poem Paripadal and Tinai Malai Nootrambadu respectively. Let me read them. Kullai Vagulam Kurukatti Padri. This is from the Paripadal. And Narundan Tagaram Vagulam Ivatrai. This is from the Tinai Malai Nootrambadu. The flower is commonly called as Maulsari or Bakula in Hindi. The famous poet Kalidas also mentions the flower in his literary work Meghadutta. He says that the flowers bloom when sprinkled with nectar from the mouth of lovely women. This flower has a very strong fragrance which attracts everyone who pass by the road, and it also makes them head fall down. Now let's talk about the medicinal properties. This tree served as a staple diet for sages, hermits, and people in ancient Indian civilization. It is used in the treatment and maintenance of oral hygiene. Rinsing mouth with water solution made with this tree helps in strengthening the teeth. It also prevents bad breath and helps keep the gums healthy. Various parts of the plant are used to treat brain injuries. Pounded seeds are used to treat constipation and dietary problems. Flowers are used to treat heart diseases, and fruits are used to gargle and treat gum issues. Now this is some extra information. The bark of this flower contains small amount of brownish red coloring matter and is used in certain districts of Bengal for dyeing shades of brown. Kernels yield fatty oil used for edible and lightening purposes. The fruits are preserved by pickling. The flowers are mainly used in strong perfumes. Thank you. I hope you found this information useful. Have a nice day.